Hey y'all, it's Alyssa, aka Things and Glasses, and I'm finally back with my July layout share. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Go ahead and introduce yourself down below. But today I have 20 layouts to share with you all. So if you have kind of checked out my recent post, I did share that in July I attended my first ever scrapbook retreat, which was super exciting. I'm going to do a different video just sharing more about that experience. But because of that retreat, I was able to get a ton of layouts done over that weekend. So in July, before that retreat, which was just last weekend, like the last weekend in July, I had only done 4 layouts. I'm still kind of in like a crafty rut right now. I think just, starting this new job, I'm still just getting used to that. And I just don't have a lot of crafty mojo right now. But I did get 4 layouts done at home and then 16 layouts done at the retreat, which was awesome. And I do have a lot of baby layouts to share in this month's share, and I do cover up my son's face in these photos, so just be aware of that. So let's go ahead and dive in here. So this one is titled Silly Boy, and this is using Echo Park Our Baby Boy collection, as well as a little bit of American Crafts Hello Baby Boy. And this one did not have a sketch. I just kind of was playing around with scraps and paper and just decided to kind of go with this design. So this is 2 photos of my son in his little, I don't know what you call it. It's like those tables where the baby sits in the middle and then around them are like some toys and stuff that are stuck to this thing so they can kind of like bounce, but it's not a bouncer. I don't know. But anyway, I took some photos of him in that being silly. So it's titled Silly Boy. And yeah, I really loved using this text paper as the background. And I think it turned out really cute. Again, there's a lot of baby layouts this month. I'm finally just making myself go in and start working on some of those photos from 2023 because I have a billion photos of my son, let me tell you. Okay, this next layout is another layout of Alex, and this one's Harry Potter themed because he's wearing this Harry Potter onesie that says, "I solemnly swear I am up to no good." So I was using up just some scraps that I have in my little Harry Potter stash. So this is just titled You Are My Favorite Wizard, and it's using Echo Park Witches and Wizards collection, the collection 1 and 2. And then I have like some random Harry Potter paper that I think was probably from like, what is it, Paper House or something. So I just used up a bunch of little things here, and I didn't have a sketch this time. I was just playing with some scraps. I don't know if I really like how this yellow turned out, but I wanted to bring out the yellow in his onesie. So that is another layout of Alex done. Another Alex layout here, and this one I really like how it came out. This is just titled Hush Little Baby, and it's a photo of him sleeping, napping on mommy. And this is using Echo Park It's a Boy collection. I use that collection a lot for my son. I just love the kind of like mint green tones that are in it. And then this is a Vicki Boutin pre-made mixed media background paper. And this was using a sketch from Scrap Squad, 12 Days of Summer Scraplift for 2025, and this is number 6. So I've seen a lot of people using, this kind of cascade of squares, and I really like how that turned out. I was able to use up a lot of the 6x6 pad that I have for this collection that way. So another Alex layout. And then this one has me and Alex. And this one is me and Alex and my mom going out to this craft show called Affair of the Heart here in Tulsa. And this is also from 2023. So this, I really wanted to play up the pink and the green in my shirt. So I just kind of brought in a lot of random stuff here. This is just titled Do What You Love, and it's using a Hobby Lobby paper kit. And these papers are really thin, which I don't really like, so I'm trying to use that up. And then this is some Damask Love Grl Per, and this does not have a sketch either. I was just using up some scraps and playing around. Okay, now we're going to get into all the layouts that I did during the retreat. So this retreat, they did not have like any classes or anything. It was just like come, show up, do whatever you want, work on whatever you want. So this is the first layout I made, and it's titled You Are My Sunshine. I love this giant title here. This is using some American Crafts #summer, which is a 12 by 12 pad I got in a D-stash. I just wanted to use a lot of bright colors here. And then the ephemera and the title is from Paige Evans Adventurous. And this did not use a sketch either. I've seen some layouts recently kind of using a similar design, but I didn't specifically use a sketch. And these are just 2 random photos of Alex kind of hanging out, cuddling with Dad, and his onesie is yellow, so I wanted to use a lot of yellow here. So for the retreat, what I brought to mostly work on is the photos from our Minnesota trip we took back in 2024, and I really wanted to play with 49 and Market Flower Emporium because I hadn't played with it yet. I also brought Paige Evans Adventurous collection, which are very different collections, right? Like one is kind of more vintagey and one is like bright and colorful. So I kind of alternate back and forth between those collections or kind of mix them together for these travel photos. So you're going to hear me say that I use those collections a lot. Let me flip over here. So this page is just titled Adventure, and it's using 49 Market. This background paper is from Vintage Artistry Colors Coral. The rest of it is Flower Emporium. There's some Moonlit Garden here in Ocean. Some of these layering pieces. This paper is from Vicki Boutin Honey and Spice. This big ephemera piece of the clipboard is from the Vicki Boutin Joann's line. And then there's just a couple little things. I think just this title is from Paige Evans Adventurous. And this one I didn't write down if I used a sketch, although I think I did at least reference something as I was looking at this, but I didn't write it down, so sorry. I usually write things down. So this is the start of our trip, and this is when we were first just driving and leaving Oklahoma. We left super early in the morning because it is a very long drive from Oklahoma to Minneapolis. I think it was about 12 hours. So this is us riding off into the sunrise, not the sunset. And I just wanted to use kind of the colors of this sunset as my main colors, as well as bringing out kind of this tealy green of my shirt. So this paper back here is perfect for that. Next, this is continuing on right following that last layout, and this is just titled Documented. This is still using 49 and Market Flower Emporium for this background paper. I did use some Ocean rub-ons, and this was my first time ever using rub-ons. I think they turned out really cool. So I may be a convert to rub-ons. And I did not use a sketch this time either. I just wanted to use these photos in this sort of a way. And this is me and my husband. There is this big McDonald's that like goes over the highway as you're entering into Missouri. So we've been there before, but we stopped there again this trip to eat breakfast. And we got a photo in front of one of the statues that's inside there. So it's kind of a cool little stop. So that is just documenting that part of the trip. And then because I was getting a little tired of just working with the same collection over and over again, I also brought this collection with me and some other photos that I wanted to get scrapbooked. So this is using Simple Stories My Story collection, and I did use this sketch from day 14. I believe this was from 30 Days of Sketches series 18. So I had not finished all of those sketches, so I brought some of those with me as well. So this one is just titled See the Good, and this is me out volunteering for reading partners where I used to work. So this is me out in the school about to work with a student to teach them about reading, and this is from 2023. So yeah, I like to use a lot of those book themed items for documenting when I did work at Reading Partners, which I don't work there anymore. But yeah, some more photos documented there and using up more of this collection. I think that turned out really nice. Keeping on with this same collection, this is just titled On to the Next Chapter. And this is documenting when I went through my books and I was purging some books because we were doing like a book swap for Reading Partners for an event. So I was going through my books to see what I wanted to get rid of, and this was my to-go pile. So I also added this part that says sharing my story, since I'm sharing these stories with other people. And this is a scrap lift from April Peebles. I think I took this just off of Pinterest. I was kind of looking up sketches and layouts off of Pinterest as I was at the retreat, and I did get some washi on here as well. So that's some of my washi for the month. Oops. Make sure I'm not. Yeah, I don't think I'm. Yes, that's just one page. Okay. So back to our Minnesota trip. This is a double page layout. And this is when we were in Iowa. So we did stop in Iowa on our way to Minnesota. And that was our first time in Iowa. So we were at this cool rest stop. It's the Amish Country Store, Iowa Welcome Center, and inside they had a store and they had a restaurant, so we did eat there, and this is my first time having cheese curds. They were pretty good. But yeah, so I wanted to play up a lot of the kind of like red and orangey yellow in this. So I used a lot of pink as well because I don't have a lot of red things, and I don't love the color red, but I feel like pink and red still kind of go together. So this was using Paige Evans Adventurous, and I did not use a sketch for this. I just kind of played around with the size of photos I had and just kind of did 2 strips on the bottom. I also used a white background, which I don't normally do, but I think that turned out really nice. I even got this little Iowa sticker on here that I bought at the store. So that was nice to get that done. Next, going back to some work photos and going back to the 49 and Market stuff. This is just another work layout with some memories of me doing check-in with my coworker there. We went out to the gathering place in Tulsa, and it was like very cozy by the fireplace, so just documenting that. And this is titled Mid-Year Memories because we were doing our mid-year check-in. This background paper is from 49 and Market Evergreen Season, which I got in a mystery box, but I just thought it was a nice green background. And then the rest is Simple Stories, my story collection. And this is the sketch from Scrap a Sketch, number 164. And I even got some wood veneer on here from Shadney that I'm trying to use up here. So yeah, trying to use up more of that collection. Another work photo of me and my team. This is titled Happiest Team, and it's using Simple Stories Color Vibe textured cardstock. This paper is from Bo Bunny Colorful Story. I also brought that collection to kind of mix in with my 49 to Market, and I think it looked really good. I didn't use it a ton, but I do think it looks really good mixed together. And then the rest of this is Simple Stories My Story. This acrylic is from Colorcast Designs. I've got some recollection stickers mixed in here, and this is using Scrap a Sketch number 166. So yeah, this is documenting me and my team. We were out at a work event. Yeah, and it was a great time. Definitely miss all of them. Okay, and then jumping back to our Minnesota trip here, I was really just going back and forth because I would get tired of playing with the same thing. So yeah, you're going to see me jumping back and forth a lot here. This is layout number 14, and it's titled Awesome Moment Together. This is using 49 Market Flower Emporium. I love this background paper. This paper is from Paige Evans Adventurous. And a lot of the accessories like ephemera and things are from Paige Evans Adventurous. There's some other 49 Market bits mixed in here too. I did get some of the 49 Market ocean rub-ons. I used some ocean envelopes. This acrylic is from Colorcast Designs. And this is a scrap lift slash kind of off the board from Rebecca B from Scrap the Boys. This I did find on Pinterest. And I just love how monochromatic this is. This is like my favorite color is turquoise. So what I was trying to do is, this is when we had just crossed the border into Minnesota, and we took a photo at the rest stop with the Minnesota flag, and the Minnesota flag is like a deep kind of navy blue and a light kind of turquoisey blue. So I was trying to play up those colors, and I just really love how this turned out, using a ton of just blue items. And yeah, this page is very heavy. This paper is super thick. Okay, so we're still on the Minnesota trip here. So this is documenting our hotel room. I kind of splurged this trip and got us this fancy hotel in downtown St. Paul. So this was at a former convent. So it was called the Celeste Hotel, and it used to be a convent. Like, there used to be nuns and everything running around here. So it's a very like historical, cool hotel. And in the hotel room, they even had photos of like nuns doing funny things. So I did take pictures of that to include in my scrapbook. And this is what the hotel room looked like. So I had this very pretty kind of deep blue paint. So I wanted to play up that deep blue in the papers and ephemera I used. So this is titled Love This Place, and this title is from Color Cast Designs. This background paper is from Bo Bunny Colorful Story, but doesn't it really just look like 49 Market? It definitely does to me. This paper is from Vicki Boutin. One of her paper pads is kind of like a greatest hits kind of thing. That was at Joann's. There's some more 49 Market Flower Emporium on here. And then I was inspired by a sketch from Page Maps, although mine looks very different than that sketch just because of the size of my photos. But I definitely love how this one came out as well. I think it's perfect for documenting that. So this is the same Minnesota trip. This is me and my husband out that first night for dinner. And here I just wanted to be very colorful. I just kind of found this paper in the Vicki Boutin paper pad that I had and really wanted to use it. So I just threw a whole lot of colorful things on here. And this is just titled Enjoy Every Moment. So this is all using the Vicki Boutin Joann's line, and I didn't use a sketch. I just kind of played around with stuff. So this one is one of my favorites. Going and diverting back to some baby photos, I did use this sketch from day 17 of 30 Days of Sketches. This is series 18. So I did this baby layout. So this is me and Alex when he was a newborn, and then my friend Amber and her daughter. I think they're about 6 months apart, and this was the first time they had met. So this is titled Old Friends, New Friends. And this is using Pebbles Kit at Heart. And then I did kind of use this sketch as my inspiration, just using a lot of scraps. There's a lot of different colors going on in this photo, so I felt like I could do a bunch of different colors here. And I'm really glad I got that photo documented because it was such a sweet moment. Next, this is another Alex layout, and this one I did not use a sketch. I was just playing around with these frames. So this is titled Dream Big. This is a photo of Alex sleeping on his dad's lap here. I used Echo Park Little Dreamer and Play All Day Boy. And yeah, I just wanted to use a bunch of those frames up. Another Alex layout. This is Alex and my dad, who he calls Pawpaw. So this one is using Pebbles Kit at Heart and a sketch from Scrap a Sketch number 169. And so this is just a series of photos of Alex and my dad. They were out to eat with my mom as well, so she's taking the photos. And the photos just turned out really cute. And I love how this layout turned out as well with all the blue tones. So it's just titled Alex and Pawpaw. And then my last layout's another Alex layout. So this is just photos from the same day. So this is a photo of Alex kind of just playing around in her kitchen. And this is him napping on his dad. And this one is just titled Have Courage, Be Kind, and Dream Big. It's using Echo Park Welcome Baby Boy. And I also had some of these things I think are from our Paige Evans collection, but I don't remember the name of it. And this is using a sketch from Scrap a Sketch number 173. And that is everything that I created in July. So I hope you all like the baby layouts. I'm still working on documenting that Minnesota trip. I hope to, get my crafty mojo back in August, do some more creating. Really, I need to clean up my craft room. I think that's the biggest obstacle there, is that my craft room is a mess right now. So it's making me not want to come in here. So I definitely got to get that in order. Thank you all so much again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again in the next crafty video. Bye!